undisclosed location somewhere on the coast, California. If you look back there, perhaps there'd be an indicator. But look, I got the 505 here, no mast, dropping off our boat at the Water Rat World Headquarters. So I've learned in my business that you should stick to what you know and get good at that. And there's things that I don't know that I would prefer to hand it over to professional. So Larry's at Water Rat's gonna do some work on my centerboard trunk and my centerboard, and then also do some modifications to my forward bulkhead so that I've got more access to all the rigging and everything up there. And yeah, so give this boat some love. So not sure I'm gonna be filming anything inside, but I'll film when I pick the boat up. All right, here we go.
Wow!
All right, here we are, Rogue Rigging World Headquarters. Yeah, it's nasty, rainy, windy weather right now. Looks like it's just drizzling now for a minute. So I took advantage of that and I brought the 505 inside the shop. Boat's fresh back from Water Rat. Just got some surgery done to it. So this used to be a circle right here, and now it's I don't even know what you call that, kind of an octagonish sort of a thing, squished octagon. Anyway, so now I've got more access to work on the rigging up there, as well as it's due to get the varnish guts that needs to be refreshed on that forward bulkhead. And yeah, so that got done, and then some work got done on the centerboard that Larry at Water Rat did, so centerboard. And then we put together kind of like a long list of things just to make the rigging more efficient and just to make the boat go faster. So yeah, so that's what we're working on now. And this is the beginning of the new series that I guess we're gonna call it the Quest for Hayling. So Hayling Island in the UK, kind of by Portsmouth, is the 2026 505 World Championship. So that is the goal, is to go to that Worlds next. And so we've got whatever, a year and a half till then. So got a bunch of boat work to do and a ton of time on the water. That's the goal. So yeah, so it's the middle of February right now. And first event of the year is going to be at the Alameda Community Sailing Center, which is where we keep the boat, and I'm the regatta chair. So putting that regatta together, and yeah, so that's gonna be the first race of the season, and I just want to make sure the boat's all ready to go. So yeah, we've got almost exactly a month till then to get this thing whipped in shape and get this thing whipped in shape along with Mike. So yeah, so we're just getting geared up, but yeah, I got a lot of things. You know, you guys have seen me work on this boat before. I've never fully committed to this boat. I mean, I've committed to it, but like I've left some things behind that I didn't like, and so now I've got the access there. I can clean up some hardware and stuff in there, and I'm just gonna make the systems a lot more efficient now that I've gotten what are we, like 2-3 years with this boat now. So now we know what we like, what we don't like. Gonna change a few things and just make sure everything's more efficient. So yeah, here we go. Enjoy. So I'll just show you guys a little bit more. So yeah, it was like a tiny hole to work in here, and so if the mast is in and you need to like tighten a shackle or do something up in here, or even put in that inspection port back in, it's it's a pain in the butt. Surprisingly, I can fit inside here just barely, like head first, shoulders first, but I'm upside down, and it's a little scary to do the work by yourself, because I'm always in fear that they're gonna have to cut me out of here. So now I've got all this access to get to all the rigging and bits and everything in here, and as well, I think it makes the boat look sexier, because this is what the newest Water Rats look like, with the opening like this. So yeah, you know, it's the little FOMO, fear of missing out there with the new boats have. But yeah, this is an awesome boat, and I just want to make sure it gets treated right. So yeah, so there used to be a big slot right there that the shrouds went into that tube, so that got eliminated as well. So yeah, so that all got done, and yeah, we're just gonna clean up a bunch of the rigging here to make things a lot easier for me, because originally we didn't have mid-boom sheeting on this boat as end-boom sheeting, and so when I put the shroud and headstay cleats that are these guys right here, I could just reach and grab them. But now that we've got there's the Traveler, the floating Traveler that lives here, and then you've got the purchase for the main sheet, and that gets, you know, it's kind of hard to, like, for me to reach around to just that. So now we're gonna plan is to swap the shrouds and these cleats. That's one of the things, and then jib leads are gonna get changed. I don't know, everything's getting changed again, but I swear this is the last time for now. But yeah, so just cleaning some things up, and then got some, either I'm gonna roll in some new non-skid, or I'm gonna lay down some of that hydroturf foam deck in some areas, because it's worn out, and then previous owner put down this grip stuff, and now the grip tape's worn out. So yeah, so we might do that. And then up above, we got a brand new mast to rig up for the boat. I already redid the boom, so the boom's all re-rigged, and everything's gone through all the systems on that and replaced every block in the line. Just trying to just maximize our time on the water. So yeah. All right, stripped out most of the systems that, or I stripped out all the systems that are getting redone. So pretty much anything's not getting redone is the boom vang. Oh wait, I think I'm gonna change the purchase on the boom vang. Main sheet's good. Main sheet's not changing. Yeah, so stripped all that stuff out, and yeah, starting kind of freshish. I mean, we're gonna be using all the existing hardware and cleats and blocks and everything that's permanently mounted. As far as right now, I think there's going to be a few things added, but yeah, that's where we're at. And then yeah, just a pile of blocks and the line. Don't worry, the line's going to get reused for all these other systems. So yeah, so that's not going in the bin. Yeah, no, stoked. Just a bunch of little things to do. So I'm already over here. I'll take you over, get you guys seasick. I started splicing up the new barber hauler slash in haulers for the jib. So yeah, I got those all spliced up. They're spliced to the block, and then on this end there's another eye, and those are gonna get a block attached to them as well. But yep, and then there's a pile of other stuff. Some of the stuff's for the Moth, some of the stuff's for the 505. So it's just kind of a pile right now. But yeah, good times. All right, one project done out of a lot. So you can see barber haulers are over there, and they run to the shroud cars on a soft shackle. So you can undo that soft shackle, and there's gonna be a soft shackle on the top of the vang, and you can undo that and attach it there, and then it becomes your in haulers in the light air, and it just pivots off of that line right there. Copied that from Mike Martin. So yeah, so it's pretty cool. So I've got it set up so back here, so you can see on either side the yellow line there, and I've got the yellow line here. So I pull it, and if you look over there, bam, barber haulers. So I can control the opposite. In the past I had it so they're both tied to each other, but this is good. I think this is gonna just keep it simple. And yeah, super clean. So that's done. Next I gotta start figuring out the centerboard cap and how I'm gonna run the shrouds and the forestay. So I've got these through deck blocks. There's another set that was there. This is for the original shroud controls and forestay controls, and it needs to turn here and then turning block there and then go up to a cam cleat there, a couple cam cleats. Same thing on the other side. So we're gonna reuse those two there, and then we're gonna take the two that were there and we're gonna put them right there so that it'll turn the shroud purchase and the headstay purchase that way. And then those will go to, already have one through deck block there, and I've just got to figure I'm going to put another one up there, and then the lines will run parallel to each other to these two cam cleats. And then here, just like that over there, you see that, and they'll just come continuous with the shot cord take up there in the middle. Easy peasy. So I temporarily screwed in the cover plates and marked that with a marker, and then I'll remove that, and then I'll know where I can drill. All right, as you can see, that wasn't the easiest thing to do, but I got it. So these are just kind of sitting there now. I'll pull them out, as you can see what we're dealing with. So it's mahogany laminated to some G10. That's pretty bomber. So it's just kind of a pain in the butt to get through, but we are all good there. So now I'm just gonna put some epoxy in here just to seal it up, and then I'm gonna fill that as well. But yeah, good times. Okay, I don't know if you could tell from that video, but I got these guys in. So they're in. I gotta get a couple more screws. I think I vacuumed a couple up. Filled this. I'll do a better job, or I'll ferret in later and paint it when I touch up everything else. But we want to get sailing. Time in the boat is important. So yeah, so I put those guys in. Super stoked about that. And then this is, you saw me struggling a little bit in the video, but just trying to get the pin here, and I got one of those anti things so that it doesn't rotate, just so that things don't twist up in the purchases. So yeah, so I just ran that line temporarily, but this is for the shroud. So purchase there, and it goes here, pops out there, comes through here, so my cleat, and then goes here, and then it's gonna go back to bungee take up back there and make it splice continuous. So does the whole thing. So yeah, so now it's just a matter of I gotta put the forestay through deck block like back here so that it doesn't interfere with anything else. And yeah, so that's the next project. All right, just a quick update here in the shop. Obviously it's a little bit chaotic. I got wire delivery for my rear rig that I'm starting next week on a big Hunter. Yeah, I got Harkin bits everywhere, just waiting for the sun to come out during the week, but it's the weekend, long weekend, so just trying to knock out as many projects on the boat here because season's coming. So yeah, so got the board up down controls all set now, put in a new through deck fitting there, put in 2 through decks on either side there for the shrouds and forestay. Kind of got the shrouds and forestay figured out, and just attaching all the things up in here. Yeah, I mean, it's a boat. This is day 2 and of really diving into it, and it takes time. So, but yeah, having fun. But yeah, it's also like my shop's a bit chaotic right now because of everything I've got blown apart on this boat. But let's continue. All right, I don't know if it was hard to tell, but in that last little video there, time lapse, huge gains have been made. So I got the shrouds. This is your shrouds. This is your forestay. Got all that run, so you can see beautiful both sides over there. That's run, and then and you can see over here, there's all the bungee cord takes-ups, shot cord take-ups. There's a lot of them on here. Yeah, good mile of bungee, and then you can see all the purchases here. So it's the headstay purchase going back and forth there. Actually, yeah, headstay in blue, and then orange is just the final cascade for the shrouds. So forestay has 24-1, and the shrouds have sorry, headstay is 28-1, shrouds are 24-1. So yeah, because there's the primary purchase here, and then there's cascades there and cascade here. It all adds up. So yeah, super stoked, because it's all about being able to shift gears quickly on this boat. And one of the big gear shifts is changing the rake and shroud tension. And I've had so many different versions. The original version had the shrouds and had stayed back here, so it's kind of back, you know, when I'm driving I'm up here, so it's kind of your back hand, your tiller hand. It's on both sides, but yeah. And then moved it up here to the flip-flop blocks, which I like, except for, like I said earlier in the video, when I added the center, the mid-boom sheeting, then all of the traveler setup kind of got in the way, and it kind of made it hard to adjust the shrouds without like leaning fully in. So yeah, so now this is going to be awesome. I can do this fingertip control here. And then I ended up moving the flip-flop blocks that were right here for the shrouds. I moved them to here because now this is going to be my mast ram up and down. So one of them's going to be down and one of them's going to be up, and this way I can kind of flop them from both sides. Yeah, and I can control them at the same time, you know, when I'm adjusting the shrouds. So that's awesome. Stoked off of that. Tick that box. So now it's just a matter of my purchase, or actually it's going to be my outhaul in Cunningham. It's going to come down. It's got to go below the centerboard cap, and then it's going to come down here and go to these cleats that used to be my jib lead adjusters, but now I'm going to have them there because it's something I touch but not that often, and so it's something I can grab mid-tack, or I can lean in and grab if I really need to. But like yeah, so that's the plan right now. It's either that or it's going to go back on the centerboard cap the way how it originally was when the boat was built. So I'm still pondering that for a little bit here, but yeah, making progress. And then next after that is going to be putting the mast in, but first we got to build a new mast. But yeah, and then the next thing also I'm debating on is nod skid. So this is the you know, this brown or whatever sandstone looking stuff is the original non-skid, and it's like, it's polished. It's polished, and so somebody put in, you know, the strip tape of non-skid, and that works, except for that's obviously all wearing out. So I'm just debating on whether I'm gonna pull up that tape, or I'm definitely pulling up the tape, but then it's just a matter of, am I gonna go through the time and effort to non-skid, you know, with the same exact paint. So that's something I'm contemplating. But then the other thing is I got this stuff for the moth, and I'll show you here. So this is HydroTurf, and it's that foam, and I already cut one for back here, just to see how it looks. And so I would just put it in my high traffic areas. Yeah, and it's got a, you know, peel off sticky back. It's the same company that makes this stuff, but they just happen to have this brand new cool pattern. I was like, ooh, that's kind of sexy. And like, I got it for the moth, but I only need a tiny bit for the moth, and you got to buy a big sheet. And so I was like, I'll do these two sections here and then two strips up to the thwart there, and I think that might do the job and look kind of sexy. Or it might make it too crazy, but whatever. I think this is the route I'm gonna go for now, because I want to go sailing and not sit here and huff paint fumes in the garage all winter. So yeah, here we go. All right, so I got all the HydroTurf all cut out. See, HydroTurf, that's how it's spelled. Right, there's upside down, sorry. There it is, HydroTurf. Yeah, I've been using this stuff for, I don't know, like 15 years or so. It's good stuff. Yeah, so I cut it out. I took measurements from the boat, and then I cut it out. This initial one, I actually made a template using like tape, just because it's got the cutouts for around the baler. But yeah, so then I took the measurements, and then I used my chalk, and I just marked down where I needed to go, and then I used my straight edge, threw some cardboard down on the workbench, and used sharp razor blades and cut it out. So they're all cut out, and then excuse me, and then I took my piece of sandpaper on a piece of wood that was, you know, I made this for the moth project for shaping the nose cone, the foam on the nose cone. So it's good sandpaper, and what I did is I just use it to sand the edges, so it gives it a nice kind of round finished edge instead of the, you know, if you look here, like the hard cut edge, this whatever. So yeah, so that's what I did. And so now I just got to peel up the last of the old non-skid strips, and then wipe that all down, clean it all up, and then stick this stuff down. So yeah, can't wait to see how it looks. Stoked. Look at that. Oh yeah. No excuses for slipping anymore. It looks pretty freaking sweet as well. But yeah, that went really smoothly. Super stoked off of that. So yeah, take that, box. I'm debating on doing, or those pads right there. I'm sorry. Those pads over there, you know, where the crew goes, just to tie it all in. But I don't know, down the road. Gotta go sailing. All right. Thanks again for watching. So this is it for the boat in the shop right now. So I'm gonna wheel it back out, get it on its trailer, and then it's gonna be mast time. So yeah, so the next episode of the quest for Hayling will be covering building the brand new masts, and then getting the mast put in the boat and getting things dialed in. So yeah. Thanks again for watching, and please like and subscribe, and yeah, look forward to reading comments, and yeah, just enjoying putting these videos together, and stoked there's a bit of an audience. So yeah, thanks again, and Rogue Rigger out.